Welcome back to another episode number 138 of the so-called Sports Analyst. And finally, for the first time in 3 weeks, we got the whole band together. So, how are you guys doing?
Dude, living the dream as per usual. Saints were on a bye this week, as we all know. So last week last time that we played, we won. So I'm still riding that high going into this bye week. Feels good.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good besides the Chiefs. Spurs are killing it. Their start means more to me than a Chiefs Super Bowl. Everyone knows that. But
Uh,
they do, bro. You don't understand the love that I have for this team.
okay,
Just because your
okay.
team doesn't have
What
success,
about the Wimby
I'm at my
news
team.
today, huh?
You know, huh?
Yeah, the Wimby,
What
the
about the
Wimby
Wimby
news.
news today?
I'm perfectly fine with it. I mean, like I said, the start of this season is the best that it could possibly be. Like I'm not,
Do you-
he can rest. I'm cool with it. The boys will
is
hold him
there a
down.
timeline yet? Is there a timeline out on him
There ain't no
yet?
timelines in the NBA, bro. Just they say multiple
Oh yeah,
weeks.
you're
You
right.
figure it out when it comes, bro.
Yeah.
And then Texas Tech just doing their thing each and every single
Yes,
week. So
sir.
that's great.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep, that's true. That's true. But all right, before we start, find us on Twitch, Discord, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube under TSCSA or the so-called Sports Analyst. Whether you listen to this live or another day, we appreciate it. Make sure you share this to anybody that likes sports. But all right, let's go ahead and get this thing started right here with the AFC side, in which we'll go with standings first, and then you guys could just talk about any game, which I already know which one we're going to talk about first right here. Broncos are the one seed right here, 9-2. Patriots 9-2. Colts 8-2. Steelers 6-4. Then the wild card teams: Bills are 7-3. Chargers are 7-4, and the overrated Jacksonville Jaguars are 6-4. And
Still overrated.
we're missing a team here, which we'll start off right here. Denver Broncos versus the Kansas City Chiefs right here. Chiefs, they lose to the Broncos 22-19, game winning field goal. Josh, the floor is yours.
Yeah. I already said it all in the group chat. I mean, I'm not really like I'm mad about the loss because the Denver Broncos still suck at football. Like they're still an overrated football team, and the Chiefs are just trash this year. Like they just can't get the job done when they need to get the job done. Like it's kind of annoying because like we have the best player in the world on our team, and just play calling just happens to bite us in the ass over and over and over again. And he did make a bonehead decision throwing the interception in the red zone when he probably should have just threw it out of bounds, settled for the field goal, which would have put us in way better position to finish out that game. Just minor mistakes like that, and then we have a rusher in the backfield that is 17 for 20 on the season on third and ones. And you know what we do on third and one this week? We tried throwing the ball and we got sacked. Like, bro, how does that work? Like, you just stagnate your drive. It ends at that moment. I mean, I'm not mad at the defense. I feel like the defense gave our offense plenty of opportunities to get the job done. It just the Denver Broncos keep attacking with the deep ball. Like, eventually they're gonna hit, and it's really hard to keep a team like that who have like big playmakers. I'm not saying like they're these great receivers. Like I like Cortland Sutton, but when we talk about like Torrey Franklin or Marvin Mims, like if you give these guys an inch of daylight, at least once they're gonna hit a big one every once in a while. As far as our offense, I think that's where the problem lies. Like, and I think it's been the same tale for the last 3 seasons. Like we have the weapons now, but the thing is, what was it? 9 offensive penalties in this game alone. It hurts the team, especially from the offensive line. Just I'm going freaking blank right now. Justin Simmons. What am I saying right now, bro? Josh Simmons.
Bro,
I'm first game back. Looks a little rusty. He still had a really great day. I think he held Nick Bonito in check when he needed to hold him in check. And then, but also a couple of holding penalties here and there. But as far as Jawan Taylor, like it's just common at this. It's just inevitable at this point that he's gonna have some holding calls, put this offense back, and then I just feel like, how do we have a player whose average depth of target is 2.5 yards, which is basically just a gimme throw almost every single time, go from having 5 catches in the first half to only one in the second? I think that's really where the team failed, is just offensive play calling. But I got to give it to the Broncos. They kept going at them when they needed to, and they ended up getting the job done. Like they were able to capitalize on what they've done all season, is have a lot of these fourth quarter comebacks, especially at the end, and game winning drives. And they've been one of the better teams at it all season, and it it catches up to us, and you play football teams that have these great defense, especially the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos defense is no joke. Like, especially in the red zone. Like, there's like 2 or 3 times we got into the red zone, literally 6-7 yards out. Oh my bad, I didn't mean to do that. But like they were right there, and we saw it last week, a couple of weeks, like especially versus the Raiders and a couple other teams where they were able to hold these teams in check within the red zone. They did the same thing here to the Kansas City Chiefs, which is kind of annoying. But, I don't know where we go from here, if I'm being completely honest. I think the Colts is a must-win. Every game from now on is a must-win, especially with the way that this AFC is panning out right now. You got New England Patriots, Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills are in a wild card spot right now, and they're 7-3, which is insane to think about. And then you even got the AFC North, which is still pretty close with the Baltimore Ravens finally at 5-5. And then the overrated Jacksonville Jaguars and the mid-tier Houston Texans are better record than us or have the same record. So, and then it's not even easier in our own division right now. But I do think the Chargers, I don't know if we'll talk about them in a minute. Dude, the offensive line problems are hitting them really hard. But other than that, it's a really hard year to have this type of year. So, but if there's any team that can do it, it's the Kansas City Chiefs, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, as per usual,
If
the
not,
Chiefs.
Jeremiah Love season. If not, it's Jeremiah Love season.
Jeremiah Love season.
Chiefs.
Yeah, I was going to talk about it. That's what you guys are missing on offense.
It's almost
you
like
guys,
we a 3rd round draft pick for Breece Hall, but
dude, I know I was gonna go into that. Like you were saying, you guys are giving up a 3rd and a 6th for Kadarius Toney.
Hold on. Trust me, I already ranted to Fonzo when he was in my chair earlier.
Yeah.
Dude,
well, it wasn't really a rant. It was more like,
No, it was a rant.
Yeah, but we were having that conversation because Fonzo brought it up, and then we started going into it. And
I wouldn't rage bait him. Yeah.
I mean,
it's the running back issues are insanely bad for the Chiefs.
I think Kareem historic.
I'm just saying in general for explosive run plays, they've only had 3 runs over 20 yards this season, which is one of the worst in NFL season to this point, and they only have 11 over 10 yards. They only have 11 run plays over 10 yards. So it's like, you guys, your running backs aren't breaking off tackles. There's yards before contact isn't bad. It's about league average. But then after that point, they're not getting that, yards after contact like you would want to see. I mean, it is Kareem Hunt. It's your starting running back.
He's older.
He's older, hasn't really been relevant for like 5 years. And then, like, Mahomes, I mean, it's so crazy because you feel like you're wasting a season. This is his 3rd best EPA season. He's ranked, I think, 4th right now in EPA per dropback.
Amazing out there.
And it's like he's up there with his 2018 and 2021 season. But the reason why this offense still looks so bad is because of that run game. Like, week in, week out, I preach about turnovers and explosive plays. And the Chiefs have 0 explosive plays on the ground. Like 3 on the year is insanely bad. That's worse than the Eagles. That's worse than every other team whenever it comes to on the ground. They're 32nd whenever it comes to explosive run rate. And I think that's what is missing in this offense. It looks so bad. And then this defense, I mean, it's solid for the Chiefs, but they made Bo Nix look decent, and it pisses me off because we all know I hate check down Charlie with Bo Nix, man. And I will say,
in this group likes Bo Nix. So,
dude, he made some good reads against the Chiefs, but it wasn't great plays. Like he's not throwing in structure and stuff like that. So it's like, you watch this team, it's just the Broncos don't, excite you on their offense. But their record shows that their defense is good enough. It doesn't matter. And then Nick Benito and Cooper, both of their edges are absolutely insane. Like you were saying, Josh Simmons was coming back, his first game back, and then looking a little bit sluggish, and then also all those injuries. It's like you're wanting to drop back. They have the fastest explosive get-off rate. They're ranked, Nick Benito is 2nd, and then Cooper is 4th. So it's like they have some of the fastest get-off edges in the NFL, and that's why Nick Benito has 9.5 sacks, and then Cooper, he's a young guy, and he's got, 7 or 8 sacks this season. So, whenever you're trying to drop back, you got guys jumping off sides and stuff like that. It's extremely hard to play this defense. Then you got PS2, DPOY out there on the outside, taking away your number 1 option. So it really just comes down.
Yeah,
the last
that's
couple
scary.
weeks. So, I mean,
dude,
that makes them even more scarier.
Yeah, and so it's like he's coming back. Like this defense is just so complete, and they're playing extremely well. It's like if the Broncos offense, man, if Bo Nix learns how to throw the ball past 25 yards, who knows? Maybe he'll be a really really good team. But yeah, I think it's just it's so crazy because I still feel like the Chiefs are gonna make the playoffs. They're 5-5. I
They are,
get it,
bro.
but I still have them making the playoffs,
No,
man.
but I want to
I
touch on something that you said, like with the run game. Like it's hard to have explosive passing plays when they'd have to do is zero in on the pass and there's no
this
threat in the backfield. And then
yeah
another
this
thing you're
is
talking about, it's not that our DBs are amazing. Like I think our DBs are playing the best football they could possibly play. But when you're generating no pressure, like zero to no pressure on from the defensive line, because we have some of the worst depth in the NFL. Like we went from having the best depth in the NFL to having some of the worst depth in the NFL when it comes to the
Colin
defensive line,
Sanders
where we
Saunders.
constantly had bodies
That's
getting
the
thrown
game
at you
changer.
over and over again. Like, sure you didn't know who they all were, but it was constantly a rotation of guys who can create pressure on the quarterback. Because I believe there was not last season, but two seasons in a row before that, we were second or third in the league, or first or second in the league in sacks as a team. Like so this is where we faltered at. And the biggest thing about it is me and Fonzo were talking about it earlier as well, that we pay George Karlaftis expecting him to be the closer when it comes to creating pressure, because we thought we had the
Yeah.
initiator, and the guy just has not been the initiator, and that's Chris Jones. Chris Jones has not been the same type of guy that he has been over the majority of his career, and the fall is drastic. Like it's easy to see on the screen that he does not have the same energy. He's taking more breaks on defense than he usually does, and he's not getting double teamed. Like there's no respect for Chris Jones as much as there was anymore. And I feel like where we're having our struggles is in the trenches, like on both sides of the ball, like running the football and creating pressures on the quarterback. And that's where the Chiefs are faltering versus teams that have that. Like if we look at even the Denver Broncos, like at least they still have RJ Harvey, who looked good in this game. He didn't have a lot of work because they started Audric Estime over him, which Audric Estime I think did okay, because the Chiefs' run defense is still great. Like disregarding pass rush, run defense is still great. They held them in check, but those little minute plays that they were able to get, like 8 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards here and there, added up way more than the Chiefs could, because what the Chiefs rely upon is the short yardage game by Rashee Rice, receiving the football. And when you eliminate that, it kind of hurts them pretty bad, pretty big.
So okay, I'm gonna start off with the Broncos and I'll go with the Chiefs. Again with the Broncos, like you're saying, I don't know what to gauge off of them. It's so many close score games. I kind of view them. I know we're not gonna really talk about them. The Chicago Bears, they're just winning so many close games. It's not necessarily that they're a better football team. It's just there's some years like this. I read you that stat, Josh, where the Chiefs were 11-0 last year in one-score games. Now they're 0-5. So I feel like it's just one of those years where everything is going to be going their way, or kind of like the Minnesota Vikings 3-4 years ago, something along those lines. But as far as with the Chiefs, like I want to go with the defense first. So like you're saying, they're not getting no pressure on the quarterback. And the main thing, their secret sauce was Spags whenever he'd bring that extra guy, whenever he'd bring that blitz. That was their trump card. That was their wild card right there. Now it's predictable because you're not getting pressure with four. Like you're saying, Chris Jones is not the same. So go ahead.
Well, also when you take the best slot corner out of the slot, the best nickel
Yeah,
cornerback,
exactly.
the best slot cornerback in the entire NFL, who was also happened to be the best like blitzing cornerback in the entire NFL, the best tackling cornerback in the entire NFL, and who also happened to be the guy that caused the most fumbles in the NFL at the cornerback position out of the slot and move him to the outside. You eliminate so much more that you have like in the off. That's what made Trey McDuffie so great. That's what made him a first team All Pro, was that he did so much out of the slot position and created havoc out of that. And I just think also I think it starts with Chris Jones, no matter what. Like I don't think you can
for sure.
like Leo Chanel is uber athletic. Like he can rush the passer, but he needs that guy. He needs Stone Cold. George Karlaftis is a constant 8 sack a season guy since he's come into the NFL. He's not getting that right now because his pressure is so late into the reads, because Chris Jones isn't creating pressure. Like it starts at number one. It starts at 95. And if 95 is not getting the job done, it deteriorates that whole pass rush. And Nick Bolen's never been this great blitzer, but still he had success. And I think a lot of the things we're missing some athletic, speedy guys that we used to have, like Willie Gay Jr. Like Willie Gay was able to get a lot of those pressures, and we just don't have that same. We just don't have that same type of action. And like I know they're calling for Mike Pennell, Colin Sanders, Derek Nottie. These guys have been here for years. Like they're older. They're getting older. Like it's not like, why do we keep bringing back the same guys? Like I understand it. I would love to see Colin Saunders back. I love Colin Saunders, but the thing is, that's not gonna what we need. We needed to make a move for Jalen Phillips. We needed to make a move for, let's say, a Quinnen Williams. We needed to make a move for someone. You know that like there's guys sitting out there right now in the free agency that you could go pick up that could probably come off the couch and do a lot more for this team, just in a depth standpoint to create bodies. But you know, Veach for some reason this year is sitting on his butt and not getting the job done.
Yeah, I think a main reason for that is y'all lost Omar Nolan Lott.
Yeah, and he was supposed to be that speed rush guy.
And he's good. Coming out of Tennessee, he was one of my favorite prospects. I think in the mock draft, I had him going in the first round whenever we did that episode. Like I thought it was such a great skill for you guys.
2 rounds off.
I swear.
Don't get started with that again.
Siobhan Ravel started today, guys. Siobhan Ravel started today.
You did look good. You did look good.
He got a PBU. Yeah. But no, he played really good. He only, ONL. I'll say ONL because I can't, pronounce his name correctly because I'm white. But dude, he's only started in 2 games. He has 5 solo tackles, a sack, and then a forced fumble that wasn't recovered.
Linebacker from Oregon?
No, y'all's defensive tackle, Omar Norman Lott. Yeah.
Omar Norman Lott.
Omar, I know, like I said. Anyways,
no, but he was starting to get more burn, and then
he was balling out at first, and then of course he goes on IR. He blew his knee, right?
Which quarterback did he sack? He just speared him, like he just threw his whole body at him. Like I forgot who he sacked.
Who did he get a sack on?
Just Philly, came out. It would have been hurt. Off the middle and just Roman Reigns him like into the ground. Like, it was great. But I feel like we talked a lot. On the Chiefs.
Okay. One last thing. Okay. Patrick Mahomes, the first 4 years of his career, 106 pass rating, 8.2 yards per attempt. And the last 3 years, 7 yards per attempt, 93 passer rating.
Bring in Kingsbury.
I'm telling you, it's Andy Reid's not innovative no more. He's both of y'all's coaches. I think it's just the talent is there. I think just the coaches, they stayed the same and stagnant.
Give Kingsbury, Xavier Worthy, it's wraps.
Oh, okay. I know you want Cliff Kingsbury, but realistically, like if it's not, I don't think Cliff Kingsbury's up for another head coaching job. Somebody in this,
I'm about to buy
this
Chiefs,
head coaching cycle.
I'm about to buy the Chiefs.
You know what?
You don't know what
you're
I'm
right.
about to do.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. No, but all right, let's go ahead and talk about another game from the AFC. Let's see which one we could go to right here. Let's talk about the Chargers and Jags right here, since you talked about the Chargers earlier, and which the Chargers, they got completely whooped by these overrated Jaguars right here, 35-6. So either one of y'all could take the floor.
Hey, give the damn MVP to Joe Alt if we're going to talk about somebody, bro. God, like, without him.
They look like 2 different teams, dude. It's so... They have that lineman award this year too, but no, dude. Jags whooped the shit out of the Chargers, but in reality, they were playing the practice squad for the Chargers, dude. Justin Herbert got hurt in this game. Vidal went out in the first quarter or second quarter. He went out early. Like Quentin Johnston was in and out of the game. It was such a bad game. Like literally everybody got hurt in this game for the Chargers. And the Jags, they just kind of got the job done. They kept the ball on the ground for a lot of the game. T-Law didn't do anything exciting as per usual. He had a pretty bad pick in this game, like a really bad pick. And he wasn't like a super high percentage. Like it was just, I know Facial Tootin was getting a lot of burn. I think if I'm not mistaken, I was trying to trade for him because he actually out-snapped.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
he outsnapped Etienne to start off the game, and I like the athleticism that Tootin has, and he was kind of balling out a little bit in this game, and then he got banged up as well. So it just I feel like so it's like what's the point in putting him back out there? But no, he was getting the burn early. It's not like he was getting the burn late in the game.
Yeah, he was getting it early.
Yeah, he was getting most of the early work. It was mainly just Etienne was stealing his touchdowns.
All right, Josh. So how would you, or not Josh, let me ask Brecken a question. So how would you rate Trevor Lawrence as of this year, how he's done this season? Just a question.
Dude,
scale of 1 to 10.
Me and Josh were talking about it the other day, that he is the opposite of Justin Herbert. Like, whenever it comes to every single play, you're like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he shows you a flash, and you're like, holy dude, this is why he's the first overall pick. This is why he's generation. Yeah, it's like he shows you, like he shows up. Like he just shows up and balls out. And you're like, holy shit, Justin Herbert's the complete opposite. He's consistent as fuck. Day in, day out, super good. And then comes to a big game, and they shit the bed in their first playoff game, and he plays absolutely horrible. I think he had 3 picks in that game against the Jags.
Yeah.
So
pretty horrendous.
It's like they're two of the opposite players, which is so funny.
24-point lead, which was the good.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so crazy because they are more they couldn't be more opposite from each other. T-Law, he's still a young guy, and he shows the flashes, but he still makes those young mistakes. So it's like,
so
I
what
don't
would you rate
know
on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 to 10. If you had to give one, I'm asking this for a reason. Josh will say
I'd give him like a 6, 7. Like a 6, 7.
I was gonna say because this.
If 5's average, I would give him a 5. If 5 is average, I'd give him a 5.
And what would you give Baker this year as far as rankings, like on a scale of 1 to 10? Just a quick question. I think Josh knows where I'm going right here. Just question, just observation. What about Baker Mayfield? We'll talk about that game in a second.
Baker, I'd probably put at a 6, maybe just a little bit better this season.
No, you're tripping. You're saying that on purpose. You're saying that on purpose right there. This is the same guy. Brecken was trying to trade Trevor Lawrence for 2 picks in Dynasty because Baker went for 2 picks in Dynasty, 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, Baker's also what, 5, almost 6 years older?
It don't matter for quarterbacks, bro.
Dude, it does.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. He's got, T-Law's got a bigger contract, longer contract, debatable, better receivers.
Baker's 33-year-old contract would be bigger than Trevor Lawrence's 28-year-old contract.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. No, I'm just playing. I knew that's where you were going. In reality, Baker's balling out. He's doing it with some kind of scrubs at receiver. But
that's crazy, Brecken. That's crazy.
Dude, I'm saying like whenever Mbuka and all them were out, he had Tez Johnson as the wide receiver 1.
Game. I mean, he went crazy with Tez Johnson, bro. I don't know.
And then Mbuka came back and he played fucking 5 snaps.
Tez Johnson's been doing good, bro.
No, he has been doing good, but Tez Johnson's not Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, or Mbuka. He might be up there with Chris Godwin, but he's not no Mike Evans or Mbuka.
Nah, prime Chris Godwin's different, bro.
Prime. We're talking about primes. Prime Russ, bro. Prime Russ.
Yeah.
Average triple double.
He just Drew Brees. Oh, Russ. I thought you were Russell Wilson. I thought you were just comparing.
Nah. Prime Russell.
Shout out to Russell
Westbrook.
Shout out to Russell Westbrook. And Danny.
His name's Westbrook, bro.
Brecken probably never even watched a full Russell Westbrook game in his life, bro. And that's
yes, he did, bro. He took a white boy from West Texas that didn't know that basketball was a real sport, and he made me fall in love, bro. I don't think you understand the highlights I watched.
I watched basketball, Brecken. I think I
he
know
was so good.
I watched the games, Brecken. I didn't watch hands down, Russell Westbrook, greatest peak
of any NBA player.
You know we're living in the time of Nikola Jokic right now, right?
And
I love
Shea,
Jokic. I love
you could
Jokic.
argue Shea,
I love
you could
Jokic.
argue LeBron, you could argue.
But you go and watch Russ, and then go and watch Jokic, and tell me who's more entertaining. Who's
Jokic? I mean, I don't
Jokic.
know, bro.
I would say Jokic.
Jokic
I would
is
say
peak
Jokic.
No.
bro.
No,
Jokic is.
I love Jokic. I love Jokic. He's top 5 of my favorite players all time. Maybe even top 3. He's up there, bro.
Why? Why is he top 3 for you?
Because he's a Nuggie. He plays for the Nuggies.
He's
And he's good.
Okay.
And he's
Okay.
good, bro. He's good.
Okay, we kind of lost the plot here. Let's go back to football right here. So
I
Josh,
just started thinking about Russ, dude. He's so good.
so all right, is there anything you took away from this Chargers game, or you want to move on, Josh?
I just feel like it really came down to this is the biggest thing. When Justin Herbert has protection, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL. I mean, all quarterbacks are, but Justin Herbert to a different level. Like he obviously has the talent to be on par with the top guys. As compared to the Trevor Lawrence sentiment, it's just weird. Like he's good, he's too good to get rid of, but he's not good enough to trust to win big games. Like it's one of that weird standpoint. Like.
That makes sense.
He just hasn't proved it yet. The thing, and I think when I was talking about it, the fact that he's been in big games, especially in college and in high school and stuff like that, I think it prepares him for the moments. But when it comes to like the regular season game that you need to win or that you should win, he falls short. And the thing is, he has the weapons now. Like we were talking I forgot who I was talking to. I think it might have been Ryan. He went crazy. BTJ was doing his thing with Mac Jones. You know, he was able to put up the numbers that he did. But if we look at Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he's not consistently getting it to his top guys. Like he's consistently moving it. So he's spreading the ball around, which is what great quarterbacks do. But the thing is, he's not doing great quarterback things. Like, and I feel like if the Jaguars want to make that next step, it's all reliant upon his shoulders. Like Brecken said, and he harps on the defense, and so did Fonzo. Their defense is good. Like they have good defensive linemen. Brecken's hatred for Trayvon Walker when he first came out was crazy, but
still to this day,
he's pretty great. You know, Josh Hines-Allen but I feel like Josh Hines-Allen has not been the same as he once was.
I thought that Campbell trade was debatably the worst trade. I feel like that was not talked about enough right before the trade deadline. Like I like Greg Newsome. I think he's good.
Tyson Campbell?
But I think Tyson
Campbell.
Yeah, he was balling out. He had
Josh Campbell.
He had like 3 or 4 he had like 3 or 4 picks on the Jags before going over to the Browns. He went to the Browns. He got a pick on the Browns. He may have even done more. Like
Josh Campbell.
I do have a big forehead. Sorry, I was reading the chat.
Pool guys, Josh
Don't
Campbell.
get self-conscious on us,
Josh Campbell. Is that a pool guy?
No, it's cool, bro. I'm white. It's in my genetics. I'm losing hair. Yeah, guys, I'm holding on to what I got. But yeah, I think T-Law does not fit in this system. Okay, you want to know what would be crazy? I think if you take T-Law and put him on the Broncos are undefeated. Because he fits that system so well with being able to hit the slot and the tight end and like feed his running backs, just like how Bo Nix is doing. But I feel like he can hit the deep ball better than Bo Nix. I feel like that's what separates them.
I mean, I do think Trevor Lawrence is better than Bo Nix, so I'm not going to sit here and say you're wrong. So I agree.
But also Trevor Lawrence, he's more double agent-y. Like he'll throw that pick.
Jason Bourne.
Compared to Bo Nix.
No. Bo Nix is throwing some fucking hospital balls, and his wide receivers be playing DB just as much as they be playing wide receiver, bro.
Yeah, no.
Bo Nix is throwing some questionable passes. I think T-Law does too, but I think T-Law would elevate in the Broncos offense. Like if they swap teams.
Ooh, I don't know. I feel like that's just like 2 mid quarterbacks competing at the same time. You know what I mean? We're not even talking about good hypotheticals.
Do we think T-Law's in the same situation, or is going to be in the same situation as like a Kyler?
I say more like a Bryce Young.
I think he's better than both. The thing is, I think he's better than both. I think right now, honestly, like him and CJ Stroud are in the same boat right now. Like I think they're both
I
kind of
could
just
see
like
that. I buy that.
they're both just kind of these quarterbacks that are. I mean, you build a great team around them, and you just hope that they get the job. Like a Jared Goff, like he should be playing like Jared Goff. You know, like he
Yeah.
has the weapons around him. But the thing is, they're both of them are just not executing. And you know, obviously CJ Stroud's offensive line problems are the biggest issue. And for Trevor Lawrence, honestly, I don't know. Like for some reason, I feel like it has to do with play calling. Like I think a lot of it comes down to Liam Cohen and him not getting on the same page. Because if we look at even Trevor Lawrence with Doug Peterson, he had his best season and a half with Doug Peterson. You know, so I don't know if it comes down to play calling and he's just not used to the new playbook or just the new structure of how the team is, and it's really causing him to not do great. But I mean, he's continuing to win games. Like and they're in the right position. And when they do need a big play, more often than not, he's getting it to his guys. You know, we saw Travis Hunter have that big play when they were overseas. You know, and we saw what he did versus the Kansas City Chiefs when he made big play after big play. And I just think that's what we're harping on, is that he shows up when he needs to. It's just in those little moments that just the minute, let's get the job done, that's when he kind of fades away.
I could buy that. As far as stylistically, they don't match up because Liam Cohen has always been the type as far as run and then gunsling down the field, and
Yeah,
Trevor
see, and
Lawrence
he has
is
the
more
perfect
methodically.
Baker Mayfield,
Yeah.
like don't care.
Yeah.
I'm throwing it no matter who's
Yeah.
over there. Like
James.
Patrick Surtain, Prime Darrelle Revis could be on freaking
Mike Evans.
on Sterling Shepard, but I'm gonna sling this thing. You know, so it's like Trevor Lawrence isn't gonna do that, and I think that's the difference. You know, one guy that's willing to take risks while the other isn't.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and talk about
That's
that
why
right
I'm
there.
taking Baker Mayfield over many quarterbacks in the NFL.
Don't start this. Don't start this. Except Sam Darnold, huh?
Except Sam Darnold.
But all right, let's.
Hey, he's had 2 back-to-back.
Yeah, no, it's because this dude. I know. But all right, very quickly, Bills Bucks right here. Bills, they improved to 7-3. Bucks 6-4. Anything from this one right here?
I think this is 2 top teams going at it, and one team just had the upper hand. Obviously, like big game moments, who's going to get the job done? There's not many quarterbacks in the history of football that are better than Josh Allen. You know that Josh Allen can make big play after big play and put the team on his back, and I think he did that in this game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers played a great defensive game. Like I think they did. Like it was really big plays that really got them. You look at the run game. James Cook's been dominating all season. You know, and they held him to 48 yards in this game. But when you have a player like Josh Allen who takes a lot of the attention away. Dude, Tyrell Shavers, bro, has been on the practice squad and been playing like he's played like 4 games this season. He had one big game a couple of weeks ago, but on Monday night, I believe. But on this game, he just pulled. He can get the best out of anybody. I mean, we saw with Gabe Davis time and time again in big moments. He's gonna find a way to get the job done, and he just did it again in this one. And even this one without Dalton Kincaid, which is pretty more impressive. You know, his number one guy that he's been going to all season, and you know. Keon Coleman didn't even play in this game. So I know he hasn't been much of a factor, but that takes away another weapon that you have on the outside that could possibly do something. And he just gets the job done. It's just, there's a difference between, like, I love Baker Mayfield, but there's a difference, you know, between the top guys in the NFL, like Mahomes, Josh Allen, even Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow at times, who know when it's time to get the job done, we're going to get the job done no matter what. And Baker Mayfield has that as well. But the thing is, his athletic limitations really come into play when it comes to playing guys like Josh Allen. But on the other side, you know, Baker's going to give his heart. He's going to put everything out there on the line. But I think the main thing is Sean Tucker. You know, Sean Tucker really took a hold of this backfield this week, at least, because I think there's a really strong chance that this goes all the way back to earth, and Bucky Irving's back next week. So, but for the time being, he held it down. But also, like Brecken was saying earlier, he really doesn't have a lot of weapons, you know. And Emeka Egbuka, great, all-world rookie. You know, he's doing what he has to do as a rookie. But you got guys like Sterling Shepard, who literally has not been on an NFL team for like two seasons, been bouncing around practice squads, and that was your number one guy this week. And the injuries are just hurting this football team. You know, Mike Evans out. Chris Godwin Jr. I think he's out for the rest of the season. Like, there's no possible way he's coming back. Like, he came back for a game and a half and just didn't come just didn't come ready this season, especially just dealing with multiple injuries back-to-back seasons, So it's pretty sad to see. But yeah, I think there's two great teams going at it, and just one came out on top, and one had the better player on the other side, and that's the one who won.
Yeah, no, it was it was an all-worldly Sean Tucker game. He does this, it seems like once a year, goes for over 100 yards and a couple touchdowns. He did it to the Saints last year, absolutely fucking railed us. But he did it to the Bucs this year, you love to see that. Baker tried his best, like Josh was saying. Like, whenever your only focus is Emeka Ibuka, like, he is a rookie. And Rudy
That's random.
To Atlanta.
That's random.
Anyways,
we need to talk about this right now. Go ahead, Rick.
But no, like I was saying, whenever you're a defense and you're like, hey, their number one guy is a rookie wide receiver, like let's just suffocate him. And like Josh was saying, his athleticism, Baker is decently athletic, especially for his age and size. Like, he moves better than most quarterbacks, and he's willing to take more risks. So he's able to do a little bit of something. And I think that's what kept him, his legs kept him in this game. He converted several times on third down. Yeah, several times on third down, would pick it up, ran in a touchdown. But at the end of the day, there's a younger, more athletic quarterback on the opposite side with a little bit better weapons with Josh Allen. So it's like, I know he was missing Keon, but that's really not saying much. I think Shavers, coming in and, I love seeing a guy really take his opportunity and go with it. Like Keon, this is like he's missed meetings before. They benched him for this game. And Shavers goes in and he's like, I'm taking the opportunity and I'm running with it. And you love to see that. And Shakir was like a non-factor in this game. He's the wide receiver one usually. And like you said, Kincaid's been out, and like Knox was like very disappointing. Same thing with Hawes or Hayes or whatever. And really it just comes down to, we watched why Josh Allen was the MVP last season. 6 touchdowns, 3 on the ground, 3 in the air.
Better than Lamar, right, Brecken?
No, he's not, dude. I don't want to get into that. Lamar is better than Allen. Okay. But Allen did ball out.
Oh.
No, we can't get into it because Lamar Jackson. I feel like Lamar Jackson over the last two seasons.
Let's hear
over the last 2 seasons only has 2 turnovers that were deemed his fault. Out of he has 60 touchdowns and 2 turnovers that were deemed his fault. That includes fumbles and interceptions thrown. 2. Everything else was either deflected passes, drop passes, tip passes. Anything else that was a fumble?
Go look at what they did versus the Chiefs in the playoffs. Both players over the last couple of seasons, and tell me who played better. That's who's better.
What about total touchdowns over the past 2 years? Who has more, Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson?
Who does have more?
Oh, it's Josh Allen.
By a lot or what?
Yeah. 6 touchdowns compared to 0 that happened today. So I don't have the exact stat on hand, but before he was already like 12 up. You could look it up. You can. I'm just letting you know. But okay, Josh, while he's doing that, let me just ask you. Let's just see. Okay. Who do you think's a better thrower of the football? Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson?
Josh Allen.
Okay. Okay. Now, as far as mobility-wise in the pocket, would you rather have Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson? Or you could say stagnant.
I think they're the same in the pocket.
Outside the pocket.
Lamar.
Running the football.
Lamar, obviously the greatest running quarterback of all time.
Okay. As far as if there's less weapons on the outside, who would you rather have? Josh Allen?
Josh Allen,
Lamar?
every single time.
Okay. And now the biggest question of them all. If you had to pick one, say you're playing a 7-on-7
game, give me Josh Allen.
To win you a damn
okay. Josh Allen.
Okay. Sorry, Brecken, you got overruled here. I'm sorry. It's close, but Josh Allen's better. Like, I'm not gonna over here say, "Oh, Lamar Jackson sucks" or
But
whatever.
I mean, I'm
Just
not
Josh
mad.
Allen's
I
just a
I
lot
think
better.
Lamar's the only other player I would take over, like over Josh Allen. Like this, I think
And
it comes
Sam
down
Darnold.
to the nitpicking. And yeah, Sam Darnold I'm taking because of JSN. You know, neither of them have JSN on their team, so give me Sam Darnold. But no, like I think it's Mahomes, and then you go. I think Allen and Lamar. I think it's interchangeable.
Okay, I got their stats up for the last 2 seasons. Lamar's played 2 less games. He has a better
Gotta add that
passer
in first.
rating.
Okay.
He has a better passer rating.
He ain't taking shots down the field. That's why.
Okay, well, I mean, he's also opening up stuff for Derrick Henry. So I mean, there's that. He's got
for James Cook.
He's got 180. He's got I'd say 200 less passing yards. He's got 7 more passing touchdowns. He has how many less interceptions? 11 less interceptions. And he has He has less.
Okay.
All right. He has less touchdowns
for the Spotify viewers. 87 to 73.
All right, now let's look at turnovers. Pull up turnovers.
Dang, Sam Darnold is up there. Maybe Josh is onto something.
Pull up turnovers, brother.
I don't have the turnovers. I don't have turnovers on there. I just looked up touchdowns. That's all I looked up. I mean, I'm sorry. I want my QB to get the ball into the end zone. That's all I'm worried about. I don't care with all that other stuff that's involved right there. And I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. So he could
touchdowns.
He could throw 9 interceptions in a game, but if he has 6 touchdowns, hey, that's cool. I don't know if you ever heard of Jameis Winston.
You're damn right. 6'9".
I love Jameis Winston.
You're
don't
damn
get
right.
me wrong.
And is it exciting to see? It's exciting to see.
No, it's exciting, but
oh yeah, I love that. Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, the 14 touchdown difference. Do you think there's been that many turnovers that differentiate the two where it favors Lamar Jackson? I mean, 14 touchdowns, that's 14 times 7.
I'm
right
saying
there.
if I'm a team and I'm playing against Lamar Jackson, I'm freaking out more than if I'm playing against Josh.
You are? You are? Are you really? Okay, so
yeah.
8 playoff games. Lamar Jackson, 1,753 yards. In 6 playoff games, Josh Allen, 3,359 yards.
Ooh.
25 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. Lamar Jackson, 10 touchdowns
What's their
to
records?
7.
What's their records?
10 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. 10 touchdowns to 7
What's their
interceptions.
records? That's pretty
They're
bad.
both ass. They play Mahomes every season. But if you take me one to go toe-to-toe with Mahomes every season, the guy that has only beaten Mahomes one time off of a fluke fumble that they should have had a field goal off of, but the other guy that's undefeated against him in the regular season, I'm taking Josh Allen every single time.
Okay, Josh Allen's good. I just like Lamar more.
He just doubled his yards in the playoffs when it matters, bro.
I don't have stats pulled up and stuff. I will do more research for next podcast.
Josh Allen, if it wasn't for Mahomes, would have 3 Super Bowls right now. And I will stand by that.
3 Super Bowls? Ooh. Do they beat the Rams?
I think they do, bro. I think Josh Allen is that good, bro.
Do they beat the Rams? Do they beat the Niners? Do they beat the Eagles?
He at least has 2 Super Bowls. Like he at least has 2 Super Bowls.
Rams, Niners,
it's not like he played Mahomes and played bad, bro. Their offense elevates in the playoffs. The Chiefs just elevates to a higher level. I can't believe I'm defending Josh Allen right now, but he's better, bro. Like he's better than Lamar Jackson. Especially when it matters.
So you think it's Mahomes Allen, or do you think it's Allen Mahomes?
Mahomes Allen.
Really? Why would you ask him that question?
I think it's Mahomes in the history of football and everybody else. What kind of question is that?
And Sam Darnold. Don't forget about Sam Darnold.
And Sam Darnold. There's not even a Sam Darnold thing. It's because we were talking like he asked me, Josh, who would you take over Baker Mayfield? And he was like, would you take Josh Allen over Baker? And I was, no, who would you? You started off with somebody, and I was like, hell no. Like, I wouldn't take him over Baker. Oh, I think it was Lamar.
Oh, he was like something Sam Darnold's better. Yeah, he said something. Sam Darnold's better.
Oh,
and then he was like, Sam Darnold, Mahomes, and then Josh Allen.
No, it was Baker, and then you brought up, what about Sam Darnold? Baker don't got JSN. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, his new fan favorite is Sam Darnold now. Well, actually, speaking of that, it's perfect time to segue, but I'm going to name the standings in the NFC first right here. So, NFC standings through 11 games right now, the playoff spots. Eagles with the 1 seed 8-2, Rams are 8-2. The Chicago Bears are leading the NFC North 7-3. The Bucks are 6-4. And then the wild card spot, Seattle 7-3, Green Bay 6-3-1, and the San Francisco 49ers 7-4. But let's go ahead and talk about Josh's beloved Seattle Seahawks and Sam Darnold right here, in which they lost 21-19 for the lead of the NFC West. So exciting game, interesting game right here. What'd y'all take away?
Talk about your boy Sam, bro. Come on, let's
You
hear.
go first,
No, I
bro.
love.
Lloyd, not you,
I
Josh.
love. K9 got some touches. He got a touchdown, baby. Let's
Finally.
fucking go,
Finally.
Dude, he got a carry at the 1 yard line. You have no idea how hype I was.
because they were trying to catch him off guard, bro. That's all it was. It wasn't like
And it fucking worked. And it worked. It's almost like they
It
should
did
do
work.
that more often. No, I mean, it was a great game. It's a divisional game. I think that these teams will meet again in the playoffs, and I don't know if I think it would end the same. Like, I would love to see Stafford, keep on balling out and doing his thing, but I want to see these teams play each other in the playoffs. And I think right now, if the playoffs started today, I think they are supposed to play each other first round of the playoffs. But I personally think if they do play in the playoffs, that it is going to fall to Stafford just because he, I think his team's a little bit better at the end of the day. I think they are just a little bit better coach, and, a little bit older, as we all know. And I think that's kind of why they won today as well. Or not today, obviously, Sunday. But yeah, it just came down to they were the older, more veteran team. Mr. TD got his TDs, that's just what Devontae does, man. It kind of pisses me off whenever it comes to fantasy because,
one touchdown.
dude, that's literally he should be leading the NFL in touchdown receptions.
8 targets, though.
Dude, he gets so many touchdowns, and this is a great defense, and I love to see that that this offense is able to not just completely lean on Puka like how they were at the beginning of the season, and they're kind of able to spread the ball out a little bit more. That's kind of all I got for this.
Yeah,
game.
I think this game was, but I mean the Eagles are kind of stepping up to a whole other level as these last couple of weeks. But as far as for me, when I look at both these teams, for me these were the two best teams in the NFC.
Oh my gosh, Sam Darnold had 4 picks. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he had a pretty tough game.
I knew that he had a couple, but I didn't think he had 4 interceptions.
Yeah, he had a pretty tough game. So we saw actually wide receiver 1 and 2 in this game. Number 1, JSN. Number 2, Puka Nacua. And I mean, obviously after Rashee Rice, of course. But these guys, dude, it's just fun to watch, dude. I think this was just good games going back and forth, and it came down really to the end, to that final drive with the Seattle Seahawks, and then just a lockdown by Los Angeles Rams. But for a second there, I really thought that they were going to get to the field goal with the Seattle Seahawks. So like Bricken said, I think if they were to meet up again, this game looks a little bit differently. I think both teams are figured out what both are gonna present. I don't think Sam Darnold throws 4 picks again, and the fact that he threw 4 interceptions and they only lost by 2 points, I think says a lot more about the Seattle Seahawks than it does the Los Angeles Rams. That even with these mistakes, their defense was able to hold this high-powered offense to only 21 points. And then, if we're being completely honest, like if this is holding Puka Nacua in check, they were able to do it. 7 catches for 75 yards just seems like a good day, like a mediocre day in Puka Nacua standards, and that defense was able to do it. They really forced the Rams to focus on the run game, but in reality, then they didn't even have a lot going on there. I think this was just a tale of 2 good defenses. And then, as far as with the Seahawks, with their offense, there's a lot left on the table. Like Brecken said, the run game for Kenneth Walker was clicking. But even in this, they were still trying to keep this balanced offense going, especially with Zach Charbonnet. Balanced offense usually wins more often than not than favorable sides. But when you turn the ball over 4 times, you're going to lose this game. One less turnover, maybe this game looks a little bit differently. And, AJ Barner, I want to talk about him for a second. I've been like, I don't know. He's just one of those guys that like is so random, but he's getting the job done. And, especially in his rookie. He's a rookie this year, I believe, right? I think he's a rookie. Is he a
Yeah.
rookie? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's been balling, dude. And I feel like every time I look on the screen, like he's doing something good for this Seattle Seahawks team. And I think it's good because I know they want Cooper Kupp to kind of take on that second role, that second option. I think with Torrey Horton coming back here next week, and even with AJ Barner, I believe there's going to be a changing of who is that true number 2 for the Seattle Seahawks, because I think Torrey Horton right now is just offering so much more explosion than Cooper Kupp's able to provide right now, which is super sad to say because we know growing up he was one of our guys. But right now, I just think if they get that explosiveness back, and I think bringing in Rashid Shaheed, giving him another week within this offense, then the Seattle Seahawks are going to look like a whole different team come playoff time.
That's what I was going to say. It looks like Shaheed is getting more and more designed, like targets and touches. He didn't bring in everything this week, but he got like the important plays, like that third down conversion, to get them into that field goal range was a huge heads-up play. But, dude, Sam Darnold, 4 interceptions. That looks so bad. I know maybe not all of them were on him, with pressure and stuff like that. But it's the Rams defense. You're going to play these teams in the playoffs. You got to limit those turnovers, I've seen a couple of TikToks with him and Al-Qaeda music in the background. So, you want to clean that up. You kind of want to clean that up, And Stafford, keeps on doing his thing, pleading his MVP case with more touchdowns and less turnovers. So
No, so okay, as far as this, it was just a clash of the Titans and 2 I wouldn't say NFC title game, because again, we're going to talk about Philly in a second, but obviously biggest story of the game is just the turnovers right here. Just Matt Stafford didn't turn over, Sam Darnold is. And I'll say this. The Seattle Seahawks defense is championship contender. I'll say this, like you're saying, as far as Torrey Horton coming back, is it going to be Rashid Shaheed? The Seattle Seahawks, they're a consistent number 2 receiver away from being championship level contender. Because at the end of the day, JSN, yes, I know he had 9 for 105, but it's gonna be just so many it's going to get at the point, I can't even explain it, where somebody else is going to have to step up for them. And I know AJ Barner, like you're saying, but you need somebody on the outside to make those plays.
I think that would be Torrey Horton. Like I do think that last game he played 4 catches, 40 yards, and 2 touchdowns in that one, bro. Like
something like that.
I do think that he's getting better as the games go on. And even with Cooper Kupp in some games where I think they were still trying to feed Cooper Kupp. Like I think they were trying, like, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. We gave you the contract. Let's make it happen. But the thing is, Torrey Horton throughout the season has looked way more explosive.
Yeah.
He's looked way better.
A lot more,
and I think second half of the season, we know this for rookies. Second half of the season for rookies is breakout time. And I think Torrey Horton is going to be one of those guys second half of the season that starts to break out.
And one last thing before we get on to the next game, or if y'all have any more points. I just feel like you're saying, playoff football experience, it does matter in the NFL, and just being in those tight pressure situations. And these guys have been in these exact situations compared to Seattle, where it's, other than Sam Darnold, it's his first time last year in the playoffs. Yeah, the Rams, they've been in plenty of big games, so this isn't nothing different for them. And really, last year, they're one great Jalen Carter play away from being in the NFC Championship game. So they've been in this moment, and they got Devontae Adams and their defense. Now, I'm saying this is potentially a top 5 defense, in my opinion. I know I was kind of struggling at first, but Seattle before this game, they were scoring 30, 40 points in like the first half of games.
Well, Seattle too. Seattle's defense has to be argued up there as well. Like I said,
they're the best run defense, hands down.
To hold the Rams to 21 points while they've turned the ball over 4 times on the offensive side of the ball. Dude, that's insane. Like, I think this is just 2 Titans going at each other, and whoever just has the upper hand and wins the turnover battle was going to end up winning this game. And it happened that way, because even on that last drive, let's be honest, bro, there was that 15-yard gain real quick by Jason, looked effortless. That 21-yard gain by Jason again looked effortless. Yeah. Like they were getting what they wanted at will, and questionable. They held JSN 2 times in a row, like, to end the game, and it wasn't called.
They called that last one,
either time. But hey, they were just that close to winning the game, even with 4 turnovers. Like, and I'm not saying that they should have won the game, but this game as a whole showed that how good both teams are in both situations. But I do think that one less turnover makes a difference, so it's, just two good teams going at each other.
Do you guys know if they scored off of, I mean, not every single turnover, obviously, because they only had 3 touchdowns, but I wonder if all their scores came after turnovers. I would almost bet my bank on it. They didn't have a lot of, I was looking at it, they didn't have a lot of total offensive yards, like, at all. I think it was just over 200.
Their team,
It was like 250 off the Rams. The Rams only had like 250 offensive yards.
They held like I said,
Rams,
if this is holding Puka Nacua in check, they did a good job. 7 receptions, 75 yards, because I mean, no one holds them to 7 catches.
They were 2 for 11 on 3rd down.
That's what I'm saying.
It was literally just a turnover.
The Seahawks, I think,
that's just the biggest thing. The Rams cashed in the end zone. 1 turnover battle. But what?
That's what I'm saying. Like, the Seahawks had a bad day.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I know they play, I think, in 3 weeks or so. It's going to be interesting, and this one's going to be in Seattle. But let's go ahead and talk about this other clash of the juggernauts in the NFC. Sunday Night Football, another defensive fest right here. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Detroit Lions, in which the Eagles, they win 16-9 right here. It was just a touchdown that pretty much won them this game fairly early. So what'd y'all take away from this other good NFC matchup?
Oh, dude. I mean, yeah, it was. I feel like the game's gonna get a lot of shit because it was like such a back and forth, just kind of scrappy game. I think it's more of a tale of defenses than it is bad offenses. I mean, Jared Goff looked lost, and it's because the Eagles have debatably the best D line. That Phillips trade is looking better and better every single week. He's going insane. He's gotten a sack every single game as an Eagle, and he's creating I think he's averaging 6 pressures a game. Yeah. It's insane how efficient he's doing. And, he's meeting up with his old DC that gave him that great season over there in Miami. So it makes sense. But, they completely stuffed the run. They got 2 giant freak athletes in the middle. And then you got, Nolan Smith and Phillips on the edge. It's like you can't run against these guys. You can't pass because they're jumping up and batting passes. I guarantee you the reason why Jared Goff looked off this game is because you have Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis jumping up and smacking the ball back into your face. Nothing will piss you off more and get you off of your game as a quarterback as getting a ball swatted multiple times back into your face. It's the most irritating shit. And then all your targets are off. Your passes are getting tipped and stuff like that. Amon-Ra, he had like a 12 or 15 targets and only hauled in 2 catches. Yeah. It was insane. And things were off. And it's not like, these passes are barely out of his reach or they're tough catches. No, Goff was missing him by 5-10 yards. And missing Gibbs down the sideline on that wheel route. That would have been a gimme touchdown. He burnt the shit out of Zach Bond. And Jared Goff overthrew him by 6 yards. And you're like, come on, dude. But I think it really just came down to that whole entire defensive front for the Eagles. They were creating so much pressure and getting in Goff's face. And, Goff, whenever we all know he's got one of the best O-lines in the NFL, whenever he's got time, he looks like an MVP candidate. But whenever he's getting these passes swatted back at him, and if you're able to mess with his mental game just a little bit, he looks off, and he looked very off this week. I think it was a huge controversial call at the end of this game on that 3rd down play whenever they called the defensive, the PI.
Yeah.
That was such a bad
PI,
call.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think the Lions would have went down and maybe scored, took this thing into OT. But still, that you got to drive on that Eagles defense, and they were doing everything all day. Hurts had a decent day. He didn't do nothing crazy. AJ Brown, I don't know why you're crying. You're getting a shit ton of targets, and he dropped some passes, in my opinion. Yes, they're contested, but you're AJ Brown. You're Devonta Smith. Both of them had some drop passes in this game, and T. Higgins would George Pickens would have caught it. George Pickens would have caught it, bro,
George
for
Pickens sure did, yeah.
No, but I mean, Saquon was getting a lot of work this game. He looked good. Bigsby, I wish he got some more burn. He only got 4 carries for 34 yards. But I mean, yeah, it really just came out of these defenses. They looked absolutely insane. Extremely well coached. Extremely well coached.
Yeah, I think Brecken nailed it down. You know, like I was harping on the Chiefs to trade for Jalen Phillips for a while because I mean I knew he was a dynamic, and then Fonzo was like the contract, the injuries. I'm like, dude, no, he's different. Like he's one of those guys. Like if it wasn't for the injuries, we'd be looking at Jalen Phillips as one of the top pass rushers in the NFL, and I think I wholeheartedly stand by that because what I would watch from him, literally the game that he tore his ACL, dude I think he had 2 sacks before he got hurt. You know, literally, like he was having a game. And then and I remember ever since that day I was like, no, that guy, if he comes back kind of the same, he's still going to be a great player in the NFL. And it annoys me, but I also respect it that Howie Roseman just plays Madden, bro. Like he just plays Madden while running an NFL team. Like it's like, okay, I'm not doing no scouting. Who's the biggest name available? I'm taking him. Who's available in the trade market? I'm sending a draft pick for him. What do you want? 2nd round pick? Here you go. Send me who I need. You know, it may work out, but may not work out, but more oftentimes than not, it does work out. And that's why the Eagles stay so good, because their GM is willing to take chances. Like they are willing to put themselves in a bind, whether it be contracts, financially, but they find guys that want to be there, which is the crazy part too. They find guys that are willing to stay there no matter what. And then also, and I think that's what helps this defense. This defense has grown because they have just the best players on the field at different positions. Obviously, the cornerback position could be better. Losing Darius Slay was a big hit. But outside of that, I mean, Cooper DeJean's balling. The defensive line, if you have that type of defensive line, it does not matter who's guarding who on the outside. And then we look at Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff is elite at what he does. Like he's elite at what he does. You know, dissecting the defense, getting the ball, putting the ball where it needs to be, and making good decisions. But like Brecken said, when it comes to the pass rush, this is where he struggles. When there's constant pressure over and over and over again, this has been the biggest knock for Jared Goff and what holds him out of being in the top 5 tier. I think this is what realistically holds him out, is that the athleticism hurts him because he can't make the big plays when the big plays need to be made with his legs, or just moving around in the pocket, going to the outside, making a pass on the run. He can't do that like a Josh Allen, like a Mahomes, like a Lamar Jackson, or even like a Joe Burrow or Dak Prescott. Like a couple of these guys, he can't make those type of throws. But he's more elite than a lot of them when it comes to standing in the pocket. But that pressure, every time Jared Goff has seen pressure in his career, his offenses have hurt really, really bad. And I think no one talked about it enough. Some of the guys that he lost on the offensive line this season, like a Jonah Jackson and a couple others, really hurt. And I think, didn't Frank Ragnow retire or something like that? Like someone retired
something like that
on their offensive line. So it really shows this season, because this is multiple times we've seen Jahmyr Gibbs get kind of halted rushing the football. Like this is at least the 3rd time I believe, like it was last week and versus the Kansas City Chiefs, where they just did not have the existent run game. And I think it hurts them as well, because that's the Detroit Lions ability to be able to balance out the offense and get things going. And the crazy part is, since the rushing wasn't working, they actually threw the ball, tried throwing the ball. They had less receptions than they did rushing attempts, which is insane. And it was only 21-14. And that's going to hurt your team every single time. When I think this is what may hold back the Lions more times than not from winning a Super Bowl, is Jared Goff's inability to make the big play when the big play needs to be made, or just take over a football game in general. Like he just does not have that ability.
Well, okay, to add on to that last point right there, I feel like you nailed that on the head, but I just say any quarterback, especially any immobile quarterback, you could even go back to the Brady, the Manning, the Breeze. What affects them the most, that's an interior presence, because you could always find a way to step up into the pocket. You could step into a throw. But when the pressure's coming inside and you're not a mobile quarterback, you cannot step into a throw. And when they're batting down your passes, I think this is coming from a Cowboys fan who has Quentin Williams, Osa, and Kenny Clark. this is the best defensive tackle duo, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, in the league by far. Because Jordan Davis, he's finally tapping into his full potential that everybody was hoping for 2 years ago.
In the middle, bro.
2 years ago.
Dude in the middle.
And
Absolute
yeah, like
freak.
you have to decide, are you going to double Jalen Carter or Jordan Smith? And
you're picking Jalen Carter every single time.
Yeah, and you're picking Jalen Carter. And if you happen to double both, you're leaving Nolan Smith, you're leaving Jalen Phillips, the one-on-ones, and that's not even including a blitz. And
Dude,
I just want to say, as far as
Zach Bond's like one of the best blitzing linebackers too. Gosh.
It's just ridiculous. And like, you even have the other guys. You have Jahad Campbell, you have Kenyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, and you have the safety Andrew Makuba, who's been a revelation for them. So their secondary issue at the beginning of the year, that's done. That's done for. This is clearly the best defense, and somehow their defense was the best last year, and now they're even better. So I just don't know. It doesn't matter how bad the Eagles' offense really is when your defense. The Lions' offense was averaging 32 points a game against good teams, and they just came to a complete stop. So I just want to ask you guys, do you think at all the Eagles' offense can hold them back? Because at this point, I feel like how the defense is playing as of right now, I don't feel like it's going to hold them back at all, in my opinion.
I don't think so, because I think Josh Allen shows up in Jalen Hurts shows up. Sorry, I was thinking about Josh Allen earlier.
There you go.
There you
go. He's good. Josh Allen's better. I'll say Josh Allen's better.
You didn't say Lamar right there, you know?
Yeah.
Lamar shows up. No, Jalen Hurts shows up when it's important, as we've seen every single year. And, I mean, he balls out when he needs to. And you still have debatably the best running back in your backfield. Like, I know that O-line hasn't been as good as they were in the past, but you still have Saquon Barkley. You still have A.J. Brown. You still have Smitty. I don't care if you're like, oh, they're not scoring as many fantasy points as I wish that A.J. Brown was scoring. It doesn't matter, dude. Whenever it comes down to it, if they need to play.
Brown, you would be crying. I know he would, bro. I know he would. Like,
come on, give BTJ and Kenneth Walker the ball. Come on.
Yeah, bro. Every week, bro. Dude, for real.
No,
that's why he doesn't care.
But in reality, it's like, can you ask the Eagles offense to do any more? They're winning games. Like, they're not losing games because of their offense.
I mean, you can ask them.
You could always ask for more. But it's not like they're losing games because of their offense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think their offense is doing good enough to. Okay, so I think there's been multiple times this season where they've run up on a team where they've been ahead, and they've almost lost because their offense's inability to be able to spark something new, but they're already so far ahead. Like, let's look at the Buccaneers, look at the Rams. You know, these guys had really great games against the Philadelphia Eagles. They were able to really get the offense going. And I don't think this is the conference to do that. Like, in a conference of high-powered offenses, the NFC is full of them. You know, so and you also got to think too, the San Francisco 49ers right now, they're kind of going to be back. You know, like, they're going to be back here pretty soon. You know, and they're going to be back to full health, and they're going to be another dynamic offense with a good defense as well. And I don't think the Eagles can have too many. Maybe they can, and I may be wrong. But just like I said just like the Chiefs last year, I was really ignorant when I was saying no, like, it doesn't matter because their defense is good enough to hold them, and it held true. But when you got to the Super Bowl, you saw what happened. You know, and I do think that the Eagles have to figure out something, and I think it starts with Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Like, I don't think it has anything to do with Jalen Hurts. It has more to do with what are we going to do behind us, and how are we going to get this guy manufactured touches that allow him to make big plays and give them big opportunities to win football games. Because if Saquon Barkley is clicking on all cylinders, there's not many teams in this NFL that would be able to stop them as a whole.
Yeah, no,
I mean, 27 touches.
Because he still looks explosive. Like, I think Saquon Barkley still looks explosive. Dude, literally, first guy trying to tackle him looks like he's struggling every single time. You know, so it's like, bro, it's just
first one free X Factor activated 24/7.
He needs manufactured touches. He needs passes out of the backfield because when Saquon Barkley is good, and when Saquon Barkley is being Saquon Barkley, bro, that's a whole
I
gamer
do
right
think
there. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's been ramping up week in, week out,
He has.
Saquon.
Yeah, he's had
Yeah,
some
like
really
he's looked better these last 3 weeks than he did at the beginning of the season. I think some of that might have to do with how many touches and how, dependent they were on him last year. But like I really thought that you guys were gonna kind of go in on how Jalen Hurts has been playing. And I looked back at their 2 losses, which was the Broncos and the Giants. And in both of those games, Jalen Hurts 2 touchdowns and 300 plus yards in
Yeah.
both of those games. So it's like it's not Hurts. And then in both of those games, Saquon had less than 50 rushing yards.
I do
So
think losing your offensive coordinator, bro, you're never
Yeah. It's a
gonna
brain dump.
it's gonna be pretty tough to do. Like
especially at the start.
this offense does not look as explosive as it has been over the last couple of seasons. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is bad. I think Jalen Hurts obviously gets the job done. But there's a lot of stuff last year where it just looked great for Jalen Hurts because A.J. Brown was constantly open, Devonta Smith was constantly open, and then you had even let's look at the backfields. The backfields were more dynamic the last couple of seasons, even with DeAndre Swift, like Miles Sanders, Swift. Miles Sanders had a great season. DeAndre Swift had a great season. I mean, DeAndre Swift had a better season than he's having right now. And that's a lot saying because I think DeAndre Swift has had a great season this year, he's had a better season than he did then, but he was still very, very good. And you look at Saquon Barkley last year, I mean, there's not many historical seasons that were better. So I do think if they get back to the run game, they're going to be right back in the NFC Championship facing a good team, and it's going to come down to the wire. I don't think they're going to blow because whoever gets to there deserves to be there as well. So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an exciting playoffs. I just think that they need to figure out that run game before they get there.
Honestly, I think they're going to be, if they don't make NFC championship game, it's going to be a disappointment. And I think they're the one team I could say they can make a championship game and their offense can still be struggling. That's how confident I am in the defense. And I say it won't be till the final 2 games where it's like, okay, now we need to see the offense do something. And like Brecken was saying, some guys are just playoff risers. Jalen Hurts is a playoff riser. His stats, they go up. He goes from a top 10 quarterback potentially up to a top 5 and albeit a top 3 quarterback in the playoffs. So there's that X factor right there.
The Jimmy Butler of football.
Yeah, the Jimmy Butler of football. But all right.
Mid all season, and then when he gets to the playoffs, he turns into a different animal.
No, for real. I mean, he's better than Russell Westbrook in the playoffs. But all right, let's go ahead and get into
come on.
Our last thing right here. I think this one, it might end up quick. Let me end up sharing my screen right here. We're going to do a tier list of the NFL teams right here. And if it ends up shown for everybody listening on Spotify, you guys can see it. So the first one is Super Bowl favorites, Super Bowl contenders, playoff teams, potential wild cards, missing playoff teams, mediocre at best, young but intriguing, number 1 pick contention. So we have to agree to this, and I think we know with this first one right here, the New Orleans Saints, where they're going.
Number 1 pick.
Whoa!
And then
we're not gonna do young but intriguing on that one.
No. Tennessee Titans.
No, we are number 1 pick.
No.
Yeah. Get rid of all the shitters.
Giants, are they young but intriguing or number 1 intriguing?
Giants are young but intriguing.
What about the Dolphins? They have 4 wins now, so
mediocre.
I feel like mediocre.
And what's crazy is I think that they could win like 4 of their next 5 games. Like I think the Dolphins.
Browns for me are young but intriguing. Like if I'm being completely honest with you.
Like Shadur. I mean, they have a defense.
I'm not looking at the quarterback position. I'm looking at like Quinshon Judkins. I'm looking at Cedric Tillman, Isaiah Bond, Harold Fannin, like Dylan Sampson. Like they have guys on that offense who could be real playmakers. And I just think they're a quarterback away, bro. Like the Browns have always been a quarterback away, but
They need
legit,
an
they are.
O-line. They need an O-line
They
first.
need an O-line.
Please, if the Browns are listening
Yes,
to this
but their
somehow,
defense is
please
dynamic.
draft
They're not-
O-line before you draft a fucking quarterback this year. Please,
I
please.
agree
You
100%.
have, like, I would rather have Dylan Gabriel or Shador Sanders going out there next season with a solid-ass O-line
Yeah,
than
but they're not
throwing
in the
in
number one
fucking
pick
whoever they
contention.
could draft.
Like I think they're better than both those teams right there. Neither of those teams have the defense that the Browns have, and
I think
neither
they're
of them-
young but intriguing.
That's what I said.
I
That was
agree.
my whole
But I'm
argument.
saying don't draft a quarterback. You said that they're a quarterback away. I disagree. That O-line is
They are. They
atrocious.
still are. They still are.
And that
They-
receiving
they-
core
they
is
still
so
need-
bad out of
they
Cedric,
still-
and Cedric's on IR all season.
They still need a competent
I don't know how to turn into
quarterback.
argument. I literally said they're young but intriguing, and you're like, no, and you went on a whole.
Because you
rant.
said they're a quarterback away, and they're not a quarterback away at all.
I think they are.
All right, let's go to Jets. Their number one pick contention. We're not even going to discuss
course.
that one.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll just go in order from right here, like from the next ones up right here.
Just grab the-
Baltimore Ravens.
Just grab the team. Yeah, I'm saying just grab the team.
Raiders got to be number one pick contention.
Ravens. I'm gonna go with
Raven.
potential.
I
Wild
say
card.
potential wild card. That's me.
Yeah,
Brecken?
that's where I'm at with them.
They're
I
5
think
and
they're a
5
playoff
right
team. I think they're a playoff team.
now? Ooh,
No,
I
they
think
got a
they're-
long way to.
ooh,
I think that they
Brecken,
can possibly win their division.
I love
It'd
the
be
hype
hard,
train.
but I could.
I've been a
I've
Ravens
said
guy.
this from earlier. Whenever Lamar Jackson was supposed to be coming back from his injury, and they snuck a win out right before he came back, I think that they can be a playoff team, and I think that they can win their division.
I was right there with you. Somebody else on this pod, he wasn't buying that train right there. I've been right there with you. So you know what? Overruled 2-1 majority. We're gonna go playoff.
No, I
team.
have to agree. I think the Steelers suck compared to the Ravens right now. Like their division
Yeah.
isn't
They had
as
a really
strong as
good
it used
game.
to be. This division is
Yeah.
ridiculed with freaking injuries. Holy, bro!
It is.
Yeah,
And now
so, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, it's a
My
broken
thing is,
wrist
I
now.
just didn't think that they could win that many games in a row. You know, and now that they
Yeah.
have, like, it's more realistic than it is. So I'd have to agree with y'all as well.
Mhm. But all right, Cincinnati Bengals. I'm feeling missing playoffs
Me
or
too.
mediocre.
Mediocre at best. I mean, the defense is absolutely terrible. You know, injuries. The only promising thing is Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. Like, I think that's the only thing that you wake up
Yeah.
happy about being a Bengals fan on Sunday. You know,
And now
so-
Jamar Chase
Yeah.
suspended a game for
Yeah.
spitting on Jalen Ramsey.
I kind of agree with Josh. Mediocre at best. You can't have a defense that bad and think that you're even close to the playoffs.
All right, here we go. Time for an interesting one right here. Denver
Playoff
Broncos.
teams. Put them in the damn playoff teams, bro. Just put them in the
Are you
playoff
sure there's not Super Bowl
teams. No, they're
contenders
not, bro. Put them
or
in the playoff teams.
Super
Put 'em-
Bowl favorites? Are you
No.
9-2, top of the division?
Okay.
You have
No,
the
put 'em in the
Colts, you
playoff
have the
teams.
Bills.
Put 'em
That
in the playoff
defense
teams.
is
Put 'em in the playoff
really
teams.
I
good.
feel like
They
Super
have
Bowl
a great
contenders.
coach.
I'm saying Super Bowl contenders
I
at this
disagree.
current constructive
I'll
moment.
put
I
them. I'll
disagree.
put them in a playoff team because
Okay.
I think head to head, I would rather have the Ravens.
Okay, I can see that. Okay, I see how you're leveling that up. I was thinking like home field advantage in Denver. Pat Surtain back, but okay, I get that logic. All right, next one, Minnesota Vikings. This one,
Missing playoffs.
I feel like they might be in that mediocre
Yo,
tier.
let's talk about JJ McCarthy, Brecken. Take it away.
Yeah,
Go
let's
ahead.
number nine.
What do you mean
Yeah.
9? Address him
Oh.
by his name, bro. Come on. Are you
That's 9,
serious?
bro.
He's not 9, bro. That's negative
No.
9.
He's,
Negative 9, bro.
It's a
He's looking a
different
little
type
bit
of
rough
nine.
out there. He's looking a little bit rough out there. I think him
Mid
and
as hell,
JJ
bro. I
just
tried
aren't on
telling
the
you.
same
I tried
page,
telling
bro.
you and Luke, but no one likes to
Him-
listen.
Him and JJ are just not on the same page. I thought last game I was like, dude, JJ like Jettas is
9.
breaking his routes off too early. Not 9. I will refer to 9 by his name. All right, JJ is Jettas, and dude, 9 was missing him. I forgot who they played the week before. But I
Negative
was like,
9. His name's negative 9, bro.
Negative
Stop.
9. He kept on missing him, and I was like, dude, Jefferson's not running his routes correctly. Like, he's breaking these things off too short. And now I think the complete opposite.
You're
I think it's
blaming
McCarthy.
Justin Jefferson.
Because I was like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, dude, he'll run a corner route, And I'm like, why is he breaking this off so flat? Why isn't he staying high on this? Like, you're Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson needs the ball. JJ McCarthy, don't go where
No, I agree with you, Josh. I agree with you. I'm saying that's what I thought at first, and then after this game, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I was fucking completely wrong. It's gotta be him.
No, it's not. It is. It is. There's no gotta.
It isn't. It is.
I've tried telling you,
Aaron Jones. But Aaron Jones.
All right, we have the LA Rams right here. Super Bowl contenders.
Super Bowl contenders, baby.
Okay. Before Super Bowl favorites is just 2 teams. I feel like it would only be right if we do one NFC and AFC. I know we already started this, but that's only right.
That would be my Super Bowl favorites. That'd be my Super Bowl favorites.
I
will talk about it when we get there. We'll talk about it when we get there.
We can move it. We can move it around.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about that. I had a whole another thought in my mind, but we'll continue.
All right. Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right here. I say wild card because, I would say wild card.
Lose the division to the Panthers.
Wait, I'm over here thinking. I'm over here thinking the NFC West still. I'm over here thinking the NFC West still. No, okay. NFC South. NFC South. Okay, playoff team.
They're losing some tough games versus some tough opponents.
Mm-hmm.
They're beating up on who they need to beat up on. So
I think they're a one and done in the playoffs as well.
I think a lot of these teams are one and dones. So.
Okay, well, all right. This next 3 teams right here kind of did this on purpose. The NFC North, you have the Lions, Packers, and the Bears.
Okay,
right here.
Bears.
So as of right now, the Bears have the lead right now in the division, and they play Detroit again, and Green Bay again. I feel like
I have the Lions over them. I have the Lions over the Bears.
I'm comfortably have the Lions as a playoff team.
Yeah, I agree. I agree having the Lions.
And then I would have the Bears as a wild card. I mean, could 3 of these teams make the playoffs again?
I think it's going to be NFC West and North. They're going to dominate this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think honestly, it's going to be the Seahawks. Dude, crap, the Niners, dude, holy. All right,
exactly.
We could move this around. We could move this around.
This says potential. It's not saying they are wild card teams. So, I think I'm comfortable putting both those teams in the potential wild card spot.
Yeah, potential wild card, Green Bay and Chicago.
But I don't know, dude. The Bears are winning these games they shouldn't be. And they have the Pope on their side. They have the Pope on their side, Josh.
They do have the Pope. They do have
the Pope. He started smiling. He didn't realize that.
We got Josh there.
So I might kick the Bears over the Lions just because of that fact.
I was a Bears believer. I don't know. You're the one.
I'm a Bears guy. My baby goat. My baby
Romo
goat.
Doomsday's
Caleb
my
Ball.
guy, bro.
Mm-hmm. No, but all right. We have the San Francisco 49ers right here. I feel like they have to fall in the wild card just because how good Seattle and the Rams are.
Yeah, dude. I want to put them in playoff teams, but I think you're right. The 2 teams above them.
Yeah, I think their defense is too injured. It's got to be wild card.
It don't matter though. Like that's the crazy part.
I understand that it doesn't matter right now, but I think whenever
I like the
go
potential
against
wild card spot. Super Bowl favorite.
Okay, now let's get to it because Brecken, you said you wanted to have them as your Super Bowl favorite, the Rams. So just give us a reason why over Philly.
I think the Rams have a better offense, a more complete offense. Just that's kind of what it comes down to. I think their defense are both really good. I think the Eagles' defense is a little bit better, but I just like LA a little bit more. They got Adams, they got Puka, they got Kyron, they got Stafford. I mean, Stafford right now, if he keeps on playing like how he's playing better than Aaron Rodgers did in what was it, 2020, whenever he won his insane MVP.
Yeah, that COVID year,
Like if Matthew Stafford just keeps on doing what he's doing, I don't see any team stopping him.
The Eagles.
And I know we say that Jalen Hurts plays up to these games and all this stuff, but I think it could just take one mistake. We know that their run game has been lackluster. The Rams are one of the best teams whenever it comes to stopping the run.
Yeah, but one of the arguments you made earlier about them over the Seahawks was that experience. I mean, Rams experience don't even compare to the Philadelphia Eagles when it comes to winning big games. When it comes to getting to the Super Bowl. When it comes to
I feel like these guys are just about equal.
hell
Nah, the
no, they
Eagles
are
just won
not
last
equal.
year. The Eagles
The
just
Eagles
won
have been to
last year.
2 Super Bowls over the last 3 years and 3 straight NFC championships. Like I don't think it's the same.
It's not the same.
I mean, yes, I see that. But there are guys, like there's several guys on this team that have been to Super Bowls.
I mean, there's several guys on the Eagles who have
No,
won.
I agree. But I feel like these guys, like that's the argument for the Seahawks because none of those guys have been in that kind of
If
game.
you're looking at that argument, I think there's a clear gap between the defenses. Like, I mean, if we're looking at
It's
the
a very
names,
clear gap.
like,
I think the
you could say
CB2
the
for the
same with the
Eagles is
offense.
horrible.
well, if we go player by player, I don't think there's a separation, like that much of a separation, you know. So I have to lean towards the Eagles.
And
I'm
I'll say
not mad
this.
with it. I'm not mad with it.
I'll say this. Pending Lane Johnson's health, that might flip it for me. But as of right now, me thinking Lane Johnson is still going to be playing playoff games for them, that's going to be the slight edge for the Eagles, in my opinion. That's how close it is. But since Lane Johnson, he's not out for the year. He's just dealing with injuries. That's where I'll go with favorites.
My thing is like with the Eagles week in, week out, we're like, they left some on the table. Like we want to see their offense do a little bit more. And we haven't said that about the Rams offense or the defense.
I don't think we expect the same from the Rams that we do the Eagles, though.
That's very true.
Okay. I mean, that's debatable.
No, but all right. Well, 3 nasty teams right here. LA Raiders, #1 pick contention. I don't even think they're young and intriguing at all.
Yeah, #1 pick. You tried building around a running back. That hurt you.
The Washington Commanders.
Mediocre.
They're not young. They're not young.
They're mediocre.
They're not young, so they have to be mediocre. Yeah. All right, Arizona Cardinals. This is where I guess they fall in the
I think they're
mediocre.
young and interesting.
I think they're young
Young
but
and
intriguing. Yeah, I think they still have
Okay.
weapons. You know, they got like Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison, the real Stanford receiver, Michael Wilson, not that Elliott guy that you talk about all the time. And then they have
Hey, I'm not mad. I think he's good.
and then they have Trey Benson. I think Trey Benson, eventually is going to have a bigger role. They may draft a running back. I see that
I think we need to move the commies down to #1 pick, dude.
Yeah, but
Well,
they're not.
Jaden's gonna come back.
But the thing is,
I don't think he
they're
will.
more
I don't think he will.
mediocre. They're more mediocre than they are #1 pick contention. I don't know. Like I just feel
I
like
agree.
at
They're
least
not as
other
bad as the
teams,
bottom 4.
Those other 4 teams, like I'm used to them. Like they're okay. Like
I feel like we need to bump the Saints up. And that's
No,
not even me being biased.
No,
That's not even me being
I
biased.
literally made a tier for the Saints this year that said Saints.
And it was above the #1 overall pick because it was better.
Yeah, but they were their
Exactly.
only tier. Like that was the only.
Yeah,
tier I
exactly.
had.
He did put them in his own tier. Yeah.
Yeah, like you have 2 teams competing for a Super Bowl, but you only have 1 Saint. So just saying, we get our own category.
Yeah. That's just how
We're just
ass
that
the
good.
Saints are.
We're just that good.
Or that bad.
Yeah.
You're just that bad.
No, you're reading into it wrong. You're glass half empty, huh?
A
Yeah,
real Stanford
pretty much.
receiver at Arizona. A real Stanford receiver.
No, but all right. Next one, the Pittsburgh Steelers right here. I have them in the missing playoffs team right here. I think Baltimore takes this over. They still play Baltimore twice this year. And now Aaron Rodgers, broken
You don't
wrist,
think
out.
wow.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Aaron
missing
Rodgers is
playoffs,
like done for the
missing
season,
playoffs.
isn't he?
Put in Will Howard, baby. Put in Will
I
Howard.
mean, more than likely.
I don't know if he's out, but I'm pretty sure he's an old man. So broken
wrist,
bone
don't
in
even-
his wrist. Broken bone in his wrist.
He just needs to go out
That's
like
all about
Invincible.
Yeah.
In season 3.
No, but all right. The
banging his
Buffalo
head.
Bills right here. This is the playoff teams, right?
We don't think
Yeah,
they're
I have to go
contenders.
playoff teams. I feel like there's been more times this season where they've disappointed than
Thank
they've
you.
done better. Like I was gonna say just due to what they've done, but I do think they are a playoff team. Like I do think
Yeah.
they're for sure going to be in there. Like they're not missing.
Yeah.
You know, like there's not a potential about it. Like they're going to be in there.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. Next one, Atlanta Falcons. Now Michael Penix being out for the year with a torn ACL.
That don't matter to me. They got
fucking
Kirk
dirty
Cousins,
birds out of here.
dog.
Get those fucking dirty birds out of here. Put them down there. Put them down there. And guess who's got that number 1 overall pick? Put them down there. What are you doing, dude? They're not even young, but interesting.
What?
Yeah, they're young. They're young.
Dude, Michael Penix is the fucking same age as my grandpa. Come on. Are you shitting me?
Bijan, freaking
Bijan, Drake London.
They're young
Kyle
and stuff,
Pitts.
but it's like this season.
Your literal favorite rookie,
They're closer to
player.
competing for the number 1 overall pick than I think the Giants
They have more
and the
wins than the
Cardinals.
Saints.
Okay, yeah, but I'm
They have
saying
more wins than the Giants, Browns, as many as the Cardinals.
bro, but their season's done.
And they beaten some pretty good. They played some big teams hard and beaten some of them. So I don't know. Like I think they're young but intriguing.
I mean, the Saints beat the Panthers and the Giants. So
Yeah. All
the
right.
Giants beat the Eagles. So and you have them winning the Super Bowl.
All right, next one. I like that logic there. All right, next one. Seattle Seahawks.
Super Bowl
contenders. I don't think there's much disagreement here. Right, Brecken?
Yeah, I think the Shaheed edition really pushed it over the edge for me.
All right, New England Patriots. This is where it gets interesting right here. We know they're a playoff team. Favorite. Oh,
they're a favorite.
There can only be one favorite out of the AFC. Like
yes, there can only be one favorite. Ooh, I guess just the inexperience. That's where it has me.
You're right.
No, you know what? I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Put them down.
I know what you're doing. Brecken.
No, I'm just kidding. Put them in the favorites. I have them in the favorites.
Yeah, because I like Drake May. Put him in the favorites.
Okay. See, I say Super Bowl contenders, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I kind of do too because that defense doesn't intrigue me enough. You know what I do? Because I kind of want to put the Colts, but nah, I don't see them going.
Colts right here.
You know who's the best team at stopping the run? The New England Patriots.
Are they actually?
So
no, I don't know. I just said that out of my ass.
I was like, I want to say the Seahawks are. They're really fucking good at it.
So the Colts, they're Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah, in my mind, they're one of the most complete teams.
Okay. I just don't want to accept it yet. That's weird.
They can have Daniel Jones fucking have. Daniel Jones had 5 turnovers, and they almost came back and won that game on the last drive.
That's why the Seahawks are right there. Yeah. They almost had 4 turnovers. They had 4 turnovers, and they almost came back and won.
All right, right here, Houston Texans.
Young but intriguing.
Missing or
what?
Okay, I say missing playoff team.
I think they missed.
They're
the
5 They're 5-5.
Yeah. Let's put them there. Missing playoffs. Like I don't know why I thought. I don't know. My mind went straight to like Jaden Higgins, Nico Collins, Woody Marks. You know, like yeah. So missing playoff team.
Not that amazing defense right there, but Woody Marks and Jaden Higgins.
Those guys are dogs, bro. What do you mean?
Yeah, not Will Anderson competing for DPO.
Derek Stingley.
Didn't you have Will Anderson going like 5th overall or something?
No.
Didn't you not like?
Stop! You're trying to rage, baby. It's not working, Josh.
All right, right here, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, since we can't put them in Super Bowl favorites, obviously anymore, I think let's put them at the end of the playoff teams. Like I do think that the Chiefs will end up making it. Like, no, what do you mean? Like they literally after that they have the most experience. They're gonna get into the playoffs, bro. They're not
worst record than the Panthers.
They do have so the
record.
Panthers are a playoff team.
Is this the NFC or the AFC, Brecken? Is that the NFC or the AFC?
What about the Cowboys? They're up there with the Cowboys. My thing is,
they're right there. We're only one game difference.
Chiefs are in the
one
NFC.
Game difference.
It's a 2-game difference with the Chargers. Like you guys have to pray that the Chargers like lose a couple, and you guys that was a must-win game for you guys.
It was.
All right, when the Chiefs go 12-5, we'll talk about it.
I think that they're potential wild card. I don't think they're like a lock.
Yeah, I'll bargain
Because the Broncos
potential
are
wild
already
card.
the Broncos are what, fucking 4 games ahead?
4 games,
3
4
games?
full games, 4 full games.
I didn't say that they were gonna beat the Broncos. I said they were gonna make the playoffs. Like I didn't say anything about that.
I think they're a potential wild card. I feel the same way
Yeah.
with them about how I do with the 49ers.
Yeah. Yeah, I
don't know,
agree.
I would
agree.
say the Niners are more than the Chiefs right now, but yeah.
No, all right. Next one right here, Dallas Cowboys. I know you guys don't have to rush to say it. I know we're Super Bowl contenders.
Mediocre.
I know you guys don't have to rush to say
Just
it.
kidding. I don't know. Missing playoffs.
But I say missing playoffs. I feel like
Yeah.
if we, I don't know why I feel confident beating Philly, but I feel like if we win 1 or 2 of Detroit or Kansas City, they could make a run to miss the playoffs but close. That's my
Dude,
that's my
I
logic.
do
a
think with
good
the
old
new
Tony Romo
additions,
season. Just a good
Quinn-
old Tony Romo
dude,
season.
Quentin
the new
Williams,
additions
Damarian
on
Overshown, Siobhan Ravel, bro. Oh my goodness, bro.
I think you guys might be
I'm
able
drinking
to
that
sneak into
Cowboy
the
juice.
playoffs.
Don't overreact to a Raiders game like I did. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, I am. I'm back on this Cowboy juice. You know what?
No, but like that
You know what?
offense is. Oh, he's getting the hat.
God, I can't wait for the Chiefs to go 12-5. It's gonna be magnificent.
Your guys' schedule's not even crazy either, bro.
We're
And
so
with all
back,
the injuries,
baby. We're so
all
back.
the-
I forgot about the cowboy hat. I knew I was missing something.
Just
Something
wait,
about my attire
just
fell
wait till
off.
the Chiefs go 12-5 and y'all eat y'all's words.
11-6. Y'all are losing on Thanksgiving, on your birthday, bro. I'm sorry to break your news to you. I'm sorry to-
11-6. I can see. I think we lose to the Colts. 11-6.
Cowboys, yeah.
11-6.
Wrong team with the C, but yeah, you got it right
I
for the
think-
most part.
I think with the Chiefs, it's gonna come down to like these divisional like tiebreakers. Like they're
Fine,
already
we'll win them.
a game
Fine.
behind the
Fine, we'll
teams
win
that
'em.
are ahead
It's
of
fine,
them.
we'll win them.
I know, but the best you can do is go even. That's my
Yeah,
point.
That's the best you could do.
Like
And
like
you can't
you're-
catch up.
So they go 11-6, Brecken, and they miss the playoffs.
No, that's why it's potential wild card.
Yeah. I think they make wild card. I
What
think
other
so.
AFC teams do we have?
It don't matter
The
who's
Chargers
there.
and
I don't
Dude,
Jags.
I feel like the
think about them.
AFC. I feel like the AFC this year is just so lackluster compared to usual.
It is.
And
I
think
say
it
Chargers
has
have to be the
do with
potential
injuries.
wild card.
Yeah, they do.
Chargers.
They should be right next to each other because I think with the injuries and stuff, that like I feel like they're almost in the same boat as the Chiefs. Like I get that they're
You-
a couple of games ahead, but
You know what's funny? I feel like we have to put the Jaguars in potential
You know
wild
who's still the
card.
favorites to win the
They,
Super Bowl?
they
by the
beat
way?
they beat the Chiefs head to head,
I
and
feel like
they're
they're
one full game
a
ahead.
playoff team. They're first in their division.
No, they're not.
Oh no, they're not. They're second to the Colts.
Yeah,
I forget that they're in the fucking
they
same
they
division
have
now.
to be a potential wild card team. If the Chiefs are right there, they're one full game ahead of them, and they got the tiebreaker.
You know who's still fifth to win the Super Bowl?
So
All right, bro. We know you're slipping Vegas money, man.
You know who's still fifth to win the Super Bowl? And we have how many teams ahead of them? That's all I'm saying.
Oh my gosh, dude, the Cowboys' schedule's coming up is kind of crazy. It's the Eagles, the
yeah,
Chiefs,
it's
the
Eagles,
Lions,
Chiefs,
Vikings,
Lions,
Chargers.
Vikings, Chargers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, if y'all win all those
Then we
games,
have
y'all win the
Commanders,
Super Bowl.
Giants.
If y'all win all those games, I'm picking the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, well, fucking no shit, dude. That'd be crazy.
You know what's gonna be crazier? We are gonna do it. I'm drinking that cowboy juice tonight, baby. I'm drinking that freaking
Bro, just
cowboy
waiting for
juice
Jerry
tonight,
Jones.
baby.
Dude, I swore when Quinnen Williams got that sack, bro, I thought he tore his Achilles, bro, because he went straight to grab his ankle,
yeah.
but he was just
Yeah,
putting
but it
his
was a
back
shoe.
on. Dude, it
Yeah.
looked bad. Like it looked like one of those. Like he looked like in the position that dudes get into when they tear their Achilles. Like,
Bro, that would have been just ended now, bro. if that
Carolina
was the case.
Panthers.
Hold on, wait. Before anything, I just want to say somebody who's been Brecken, he's been a Bryce Young guy. Just giving you guys
He's
updates.
not,
He dropped him. He dropped him in fantasy football for Tyler Shuck, who was on a
loses-
bye.
Go
He
on.
loses his Bryce Young
on.
card. Like he can't
Go
use that
on.
card no more.
Go on. Let me explain.
You drop
I
him for
have-
somebody who's on a bye week.
Let me explain. I have Drake May as my QB1. I'm not dropping Drake May. He's QB1.
No
He's a cute motherfucker. All right, I'm keeping him. I'm starting him week in, week out.
Ellick?
What is Drake May's bye week?
He couldn't drop Ellick.
He could have dropped.
No,
Ellick.
dude, I literally almost had to start Ellick this week. My whole team is injured. Yeah. I have Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, BTJ all out this week. Ladd was my wide receiver 1, and he did shit.
And didn't he go out?
Darnell Mooney was like my highest scoring receiver.
You couldn't drop Jalen Lane, you dummy.
He loves Jalen Lane.
I'm not gonna roster 3 quarterbacks.
Why not, Brecken? Like, it's a 14-man.
Okay. They have the same bye week. Drake May.
You couldn't drop Luke Musgraves?
That was mainly to spite you because I know.
Just out of spite. Like, I'm not letting you pick.
Well, I have Luke Musgrave because I know you don't have a tight end.
I have 2 tight ends.
Who?
Fannin and Ertz, bro. Why would I start Luke Musgraves over them?
I'm thinking Dynasty because you have Kraft, right?
Yeah, I still have Mark Andrews, David Njoku, and Zach Ertz.
What the fuck?
I made trades, bro. You thought I was gonna sit on my ass? What the freak, bro? I traded for Jacoby Brissett of all people.
The colluding commish. The colluding commish making trades.
It's just when you get to that barber chair, bro, you just don't know. It's just
bro, it's like he starts going, "Hey, you like your cut, man? Oh, dude, it'd be so nice if this was free, huh? Give me Ashton Genty for a first and a second."
You know that's a different.
No, actually, he says you're looking kind of buff.
Didn't make it as a salesman. There's a reason why Brecken didn't make it as a salesman, bro. He needs to go to these other things to make the sell. Like, all I did was say, "Hey, let's make a trade," and dudes were down. That's it. That's all it takes right there.
You're not approachable, and plus you give crappy trades. You give Trey Benson in a second for Breece Hall and think it's a good deal. Dude, don't even argue it's a good deal. Don't even argue it's a good deal.
I mean,
dude, no way, no.
For a rebuilding team, and it's a high second. It's not like it's a low second.
No.
It's basically a first. But all right, Carolina Panthers right here. Missing playoffs. They're 6-5. They have a better record than the Chiefs.
That doesn't mean nothing in the NFC, bro. Like, the NFC's way too
I was just stating facts. I didn't say nothing about the playoffs.
I think they're missing playoffs.
I think they still miss, bro. Like, barely. Like,
I love Bryce Young.
I kind of want to see them go on a run.
Tet offensive. Dude, Tet offensive breakout game. Holy, dude.
I want to see them go on a run. Like, I want to see them go on a run. Like, I really do. But
I think that defense is too bad.
I want Brecken to feel that the Saints are the worst team in their division, like, for sure. Like,
what do you fucking mean, bro? We're the worst team in the NFL. What more do you want me to do?
I just wanted to hear him admit it.
I have fucking recruits plowing me in the back, and you're like, yeah, let's get another one in there. Are you shitting me?
Just wanted to hear him admit it. That's all I wanted.
It's like, no, let's have him start pulling his hair too. It's like he's already 9 inches in, bro. What more do you want?
All right, well, that's our tier list right there, all the way from Super Bowl favorites to the Saints. So,
fuck you, Alfonso. I swear, if the Cowboys end up with the same record as the Saints, I'm talking the most shit.
Don't worry, y'all won't. Don't worry, y'all aren't winning no more games.
Hey, we were supposed to be this bad, all right? I'm not even mad. I'm fucking happy.
Yeah.
Devon Achane's the MVP, bro. That's who's the MVP of the league right now. Devon Achane. Last 2 weeks. Dude, literally, he's everything for them.
Well, all right, before we get out of here, we do our so-called MVPs of the week. One guy that stood out throughout the week. Josh, who's your so-called MVP of the week?
Come back to me, bro. I don't know.
Brecken.
Actually, no, I don't know. You go to someone else.
Brecken, go ahead.
Of course, I'm going with the 5'8", the relatable, the Bryce Young, baby. Dude,
relatable.
He shows up in big. He's the opposite of Tua. I was thinking about this earlier. He's literally the opposite of Tua.
Him, by the way.
Oh my gosh, dude! I'm literally gonna pick him up the second I have a chance. Anyways, he's the opposite of Tua.
I'm picking him up too.
Oh, I'm staying up, brother. I'm staying up. I'm hitting refresh. I'm hitting refresh. You just wait. He's the opposite of Tua, bro. Like Tua, whenever you say, "Hey, bro, you're playing like shit. Pick it up. You fucking suck." He's, I suck. Brian Flores is so mean to me. Get him out of here, right? Bryce Young, opposite. Bryce Young, oh my gosh, we should bench him. Andy Dalton should start over him. What does he do? Ball out, play at an MVP level to end the season last year. Going into this game, everyone, dude, Bryce Young looks so bad. He hasn't had a good game. It seems like every single first quarter, he's got to throw an interception or have a turnover in the first quarter before he does anything. What does he do? Go out here, breaks the franchise record for most passing yards in a single game, unlocks the TED offensive, makes Xavier Legette look like a first-round pick, just absolutely balls out, unlocks his defense against the #1 pass defense in the NFL with these young edge rushers and some of the best DBs in the NFL. The Falcons are a very, very good defense whenever it comes to the pass. And what did Bryce Young do? Hang up 450 on him. Hang up 450 on him.
Did you say just the tier list?
Didn't you just say that?
No, for real.
That they were like, they sucked and like
for real.
Well, yeah, that's because I'm a Saints fan. I don't fucking like those dirty birds. But I will admit that they're a good young team.
You didn't, though. You didn't. Literally, we were making.
Yeah, because fuck them, bro. They fucking suck, bro. Who gives a shit, dude? They're not gonna win a playoff game. You know what?
They're not gonna make the playoffs.
I mean,
the Saints are gonna win a playoff game before the Falcons. You could quote me on that. Write it down.
We definitely are.
Write it down. Write it down. Saints are going to win a playoff game. Watch, we're gonna be 25 years down the road, like the fucking.
Hey, I told you.
I told you we're gonna win.
The Falcons win a Super Bowl before the Saints get their first playoff win.
No way, Josh.
I said the Falcons.
Piece of shit. Shut up, dude. You're delusional, bro. Come on. Why are you hating on me so much? You love to see a guy fail, huh?
All the time. Hell yeah. Like if Joe Burrow and Josh Allen just sucked for the rest of their careers, I'd be happy. Like I'd be the happiest man alive. Like if
just as long as they do better than Lamar, right?
If Lamar sucked the rest of his career too, I would be happy. Like I don't care.
Just not Baker.
Or Sam Darnold.
Just not Baker.
Or Sam Darnold.
Or Sam Darnold.
Or Sam Darnold. All right, Josh, did you find
Do you guys not like Bryce because I like him?
No, I like Bryce. I just don't like you. There's
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Whoever you like, I don't like. Just it's you. Did you finally find one, Josh?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to go with the guy that lost the football game, by the way. And I'm going to go with Michael Wilson. 15 catches,
I saw that, yeah.
185 yards, a real Stanford man, not a guy named Alec Ayo Suckamainer. I'm going with Michael Winston, because he just wins the catches. 15 receptions, 185 yards, more than Alec has combined all season. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Michael Wilson this week for my so-called MVP of the week because he's just majestic. And to be honest, I've been a Michael Wilson guy for a long time. And there's documentation of this. I just kind of gave up this season but hey, I'm better early to the party than late. That's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So, Michael Wilson, a real Stanford man over Alec Ayo Manor. That's my MVP. So-called
I like
MVP.
that. I like that.
A real Stanford man.
Please,
there
Alfonso,
was
pick
two
the guy.
great Stanford men in that 49ers and Cardinals game. Just saying. There was two good Stanford men.
Yeah, no.
Dude, I love that guy.
No, but all right, for my so-called MVP, obviously I'm going to go with the Cowboys player. I got my Cowboy hat on, and there's many different guys that are up for the nomination right here. Obviously, there's a Dak Prescott. Obviously, there's that. And yes, there is a guy by number 3 of George Pickens, 9 for 144.
I was going to pick
and a tutter. But
I like trolling.
No.
I'm going to go with the guy with the debut, Quinnen Williams right here. Actually made the Cowboys defense looked really damn good. He had 6 pressures, a sack and a half.
Ooh,
and he had
suspended next week in BBB,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
No way.
So shout out to
dog.
Quentin Williams for making this defense look good. I know it's the Raiders. I know it's the Raiders, but we couldn't stop the damn Cardinals the week before. But GP3, that is a great nomination right there. But
GP3.
nah,
Should be GP3. I love
it's
that
Quentin
guy,
Williams.
dude. You should see it. Anytime he catches
No,
the ball, I jump
honestly,
and
I did it
scream
out of
like a high
spite for
school
you.
girl. Oh my gosh. I jump and scream like a high school girl that just got asked out to prom or homecoming, bro. I love seeing GP3 just go up. Did you see that one-handed catch that didn't count? Dude, I was screaming. Jocelyn thought I broke something. I was, dude, he's so good. I love GP3 so much, bro.
Yeah, no. I was gonna pick George Pickens, but since we're going to anti-Brecken ran for the so-called MVP. But all right, guys, any last words before we get out of here?
Good night.
Nah, man. God bless y'all. Have a good week.
Yes, of course. But all right, before we get out of here, find us on Twitch, Discord, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube under TSESA or the so-called sports analyst. Whether you listen to this live or another day, we appreciate it. Make sure you share this to anybody that likes sports. We'll see you guys soon. You guys take care.